You know, you've got an aggressive, dynamic striker in Yair Rodriguez that's got a lot of different striking skills, can target many different areas of the body. And then you've got Josh Emmett, who puts you on the end of his right hand and puts you on the canvas. Everything revolves around that power that he's got. And he has got a good game to support it, but ultimately it's the right hand that you've got to be watching out for. It is a devastating punch. 14-3 for Yair Rodriguez with 1 no contest. He's got 5 knockouts on his records and 3 submissions, an armbar, a triangle, and a rear naked choke. For Josh Emmett, his record is 18-2, 6 knockouts, 2 submissions, guillotine, and an arm triangle. Now, I don't think that the number of knockouts on Emmett's record really does him justice. I think he's a far more dangerous striker than that number suggests. Like, he's got 6 knockouts on his record, but then he's also the leader for knockdowns in this division. Yair Rodriguez is not in that leaderboard at all. There really is a clear power difference between the two of them. This is a 5-round fight, with it being for an interim belt. We've seen Rodriguez go 5 rounds, let's call it 3 times. I don't doubt that Rodriguez has got conditioning to do 5 rounds. My concern in this one, and my concern generally for Yair Rodriguez when he's going in against these top flight fighters in his division, is whether he can manage the energy over 5 rounds in an intelligent way so he doesn't leave himself short in the last couple of rounds. Sometimes he fights like he's trying to prove something, which I don't feel like he needs to prove anymore at this point in his career. There's still a bit of an immaturity to the way he fights sometimes, and I feel like it can leave him vulnerable. It does win him bonuses, that's for sure. He's got 8 fight night bonuses. You know, people are always excited when Rodriguez is on the card, but the level that Rodriguez could reach is now down to the decision making that he has in his fights. He sometimes does himself an injustice by trying to be too aggressive, trying to fight too emotionally, and leave himself available for shots that he doesn't really need to take. There's a desire to prove himself, and you know, when he realizes he doesn't need to do that anymore, his skills will speak for themselves. And I do feel like this is a very winnable fight for him for a lot of reasons. You know, Josh Emmett has had periods out in his career where he's been injured, he's been, you know, having surgeries, he's been dealing with a variety of different things, and that would give me confidence to be patient, because I know that if I can stay away from him, I can keep spearing through his guard with that jab, just like Calvin Kattar did for 5 rounds, keep doing damage to this, cut him, maybe work on some scar tissue that we know is already there, and then kick the hell out of his lead leg, because everything about Emmett's game is that right hand. He's got a good game to support it, but it's all about landing that right hand. You can't throw a right hand without putting weight on your lead leg. It's impossible, or it's completely underpowered. Disabling that lead leg, working the calf, would be really, really wise. And the way that he was working that against Max Holloway, kick to the leg, kick to the leg, kick to the neck, because it's so quick, because he's so fluid with his striking, Max Holloway was only just able to get a guard up to those shots. I feel like there are ways he can expose Josh Emmett here by working a variety of targets. But ultimately, I feel like the most damage that Yair Rodriguez can do will be up that center line. Flying knees, rising elbows, front kicks, etc., etc. The only danger to those is that it also potentially leaves him in the center line for that right hand of Josh Emmett.